Welcome back, everyone. Another day, another Danish demo, and another interesting game from the first group of ESL Pro League Season 13. And after yesterday, I was I really enjoyed watching Nico on the entry fragging on Overpass. So today I thought we might do one better, and we were gonna watch k0nfig on the T side. So let's just get into it. He gets 15 frags, just like Nico. He got 15 frags yesterday in yesterday's video. So check that out if you haven't seen that. And like I said, this was a very interesting game. Very good watch. This map in particular goes OT. And yeah, I just thought I'm just quite interested in, I guess, entry fragging at the moment and just how it looks like. In my oh my god, that was a nasty shot onto Mantu there. In the clutch now. On to blame F. Surely no time. Unlosable at this point. Yeah. Anyway, what I was about to say before k0nfig hit a pretty nasty shot was that in the Virtus Pro video I made for the IEM Katowice semi-final against Team Liquid, I was talking about entry fragging in that video as well. And of course I was talking about k0nfig in that video because, I mean, he's had some pretty incredible form as of late as the new entry fragger for Virtus Pro. And just some of the best players in that role. I had a bit of I think, in that video, just off the top of my head, I think I said Rush and Dupree and k0nfig, obviously, if he's gonna continue the form that he's had for this, I mean, for so far for 2021, if he can keep it up, he'll definitely be one of the top entry fraggers in Counter-Strike. And of course, there's k0nfig. I mean, k0nfig may even be the best of that list. I mean, he's always been good. Maybe he had his ups and downs in form, but like, which player hasn't really? Let's be honest. And I think he's pretty consistent most of the time. And just, yeah, super solid player for complexity. And in my channel review kind of video I made a couple of days ago, I was talking about complexity and how it's really got to be their time to you know, their time to really start performing, because I think people quite critical of how the team was going. They thought that even after all their kind of stand-ins and people in and out of the lineup and visa issues or whatever, or Poison with his wrist being out of the lineup. Now that they've got, they've had their lineup in the server for quite a while now, and it's time for them to really start to like really start to perform, because people really rate this lineup as a potentially, I mean, should be top, should be one of the top five. I think when you've got um, like two really good entry flaggers in Rush and k0nfig. And just as I say that, k0nfig gets a nice entry onto Alexi there. So yeah, I mean, two good entry flaggers, good AWP and poison. I mean, pretty much every player in this lineup is pretty solid. So there's no reason, like players wise, why this team shouldn't be performing. And that's quite a hard thing to say, because it's one thing to have the players, it's another thing to actually win. Winning's hard. Everyone's trying to win. But the good news so far is they're looking pretty good for the group. And I really rate BladeMF as an in-game leader. I think he's one of the better ones, to be honest. I I I had a I think I've made a video on BladeMF already where I said something like, yeah, there's been, criticism sent his direction as well, saying he baits too much. You know, he doesn't play like other in-game leaders, so therefore he can't be a good in-game leader, which is, I think, is a little bit absurd thing to say. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna sit in the smoke in apps. I don't know what. Okay. Just gonna maybe catch someone on the balcony, I don't know. Just gonna wait down the clock a bit. Manty's sold the, Rush has sold the fake. And he walks out seeing two players not looking at him, so it's pretty... can't get much easier that if you're going to be the entry fragger. You're going to shoot people not looking at you. He only gets one, but Poison got the other. And yeah, Valda's not expecting that. Boosted porch in the post plant. It really was actually good timing. Like, because as Poison was peeking, he was kind of peeking as well. To, like maybe just half a second later, just to... so that they take the attention coming up mid, and then he can shoot him in the back. And entry fragging isn't always just winning your aim duels. It's about getting the openings, making space, being smart about it. You don't have to always take 50-50 gunfights trying to get the opening frag, to get the pick. Like, you really want to be taking the most high percentage players possible all the time. And yes, granted, being the first one in means that maybe your highest percentage player is a 50-50 some of the time. Okay, dinked up, 4v2. Still got plenty of money. k0nfig was sticking with the Galil for those rounds, so the bank's still good. This looks like an arch smoke, I think. ESL dropping the bomb is not a good start. Getting shot in the back doesn't help. Another 4v2. Oh, another tech. Okay. Damn. OG not getting a lot of luck with these tech issues. Last game was, I mean, yesterday was, it was Valdo dropping, now it's Nico. So this is kind of a half buy round. Blamef saved the AWP into the previous. That was nice of Poison to jump for him to bait the shot. Doesn't convert. I mean, argument could be made that it should be the other way around, and that's just unlucky. Yeah, that maybe Poison should have been like given the AWP since he's your AWPer, and you have someone jump for him so he can open up the round. Like that's what he's in the team to do, to get picks with the AWP, and you're not going to even give him the weapon when it's available. But that being said, you know, if you're feeling confident, and Blamef is definitely skill-wise capable of getting the same picks, so and if he's feeling confident, and maybe it's a thing of money, I don't know. It's really just down to your team dynamics, and maybe just that round it would go that way, and in other scenarios it will go a different way. It can't be 100% sure on what exactly was happening at that moment to lead to that decision. So like, I don't hate it, but into the 4v4 now. He's going to jump, bait the shot, so there's one pit. That's quite nice movement, just clearing the rest of the pit. See a lot of teams running double pit setup, so just because you know one's pit in like the big pit doesn't mean there isn't one mini pit. So good job, like you know, not making any assumptions about what's clear and what's not. You clear the angles because you never know. Could be one there. Same thing again, silent boosting. And k0nfig actually said in the post-game interview that it talking about the role changes that I mentioned in yesterday's video between JKS and k0nfig. I was talking about nuke, but apparently it's in other maps as well. But nuke is where I noticed it. And he was saying that it's really just a thing of communication and just comfortability. Like even though JKS has played um ramp like pretty much his whole career. It was more of a thing, like he said, of communication. So he made the comment that he doesn't really com as much or maybe as well as JKS, and so it seems like if JKS is going to be that secondary cooler, he thinks like there could be more impact from the mini position rather than ramp, where it's like ramp is a pretty isolated position in terms of control. Like you either like you really most of the time you're just fighting on your own to hold it down. Like occasionally maybe your AWPer will spend a round there or something, or maybe against a pistol round you'd stack it. 2v2 now. 2v1. Just got the deagle. Hits one, but just in the chest. No headshot. I really like this knife, by the way. I actually have it. The Ursus Slaughter. I think it's really cool. I like the that flip animation, inspect animation that he was doing there. Overall, I just think it's a cool knife. It's got some nice skins. I like this glove AK combo with the k0nfig stickers. Must be North stickers. Because they're blue. That's how I figured that out. 513. Oh, that's unlucky timing. He was holding that. So 15-11. Well, I actually kind of already spoiled it, but they bring it back to OT. So it's going to start getting good from now. Almost feels like a bit of a brick wall they're running up against for the OG defense on Inferno, but they're going to start finding some openings, and it's going to start on this round. I don't want to spoil it, but this is a pretty good round. So that was Valde running through the smoke, gets 2, so now it's just the 2-on-4. Another 2-on-4 attempt. Again with Blame F and k0nfig in the clutch. Catches Nico there. Blame gets Alexi. Ooh. Crisp headshot onto the AWP and CT. And that's how the 2v4 becomes a 1v2. Issa on the banana flank. Caught by Blame F. We definitely do not envy being a entry on Inferno. These are quite tough, like trying to entry into banana or entry into top mid. It's pretty difficult. So many angles that they can be at, so many crossfires you gotta clear. Luckily no one was actually playing mid, so normally there's a pretty strong and common crossfire that people play under porch here and then in the cutout. But OG were playing deep into the site and it kind of gave them a lot of map control for free. OG probably going to be eco now. Let's see what k0nfig does. He has the best spawn. Catches the shoulder of the AWP boosting. Flash just to get him out safe. And another banana hit. I mean, it kind of makes sense. You have car control. Makes sense. Just go B. In the 5v5, like it's a pretty hard retake for the CTs. So they saved the AWP, but I think the rest of them are on pistols, so they might not even. Well, I don't even know what they're gonna do. They might be trying to get some exits. Yeah, they're trying to take as many guns away from complexity. But, you know, Complexity have plenty of money. I mean, if they killed everyone, all 5, then it would have been good, but the likelihood of that is pretty slim. So plenty of money left over for their last round. And we're going to watch OT too, because, you know, why not? Another slow default round. And I have top mid control, but we do have banana control. What's the call? Common sense says just go B. Maybe send a little A flake. That was a bit awkward. I think they were kind of blocking each other. And yeah, that was the A fake. So this is the real... Yeah, I don't know if that was ever going to land anywhere. That molly. Whatever. And it really is that easy, Inferno, sometimes. Like, you have top B, maybe pull a rotate by sending some players mid. JKS actually got the entry in on the top mid player. And then a couple nice kills to round out the half. I mean, so far so good. Looking pretty crisp with the aim and everything. Blame F is definitely... I think he started to figure out the OG setup and called a pretty good T side, even though they had some issues, but unfortunately he just runs into Mantu, who's AWPing the apps. Let's see how k0nfig does it observing, because we're going to see we're using the Half-Life advanced effects. So we're actually going to, and we're using the POV mod, so we're actually seeing what... Wow, JKS had a huge round. 2 entries onto the B site, and then caught 1 rotator as well. And it's just Mantu left with the AWP, and what's he got to do? Retake from banana with an AWP? Not likely. Unlucky. They were doing that so well in regulation. I think they did it like 3 or 4 times. No problems. Nice. Just good space creating. Like, he's always just... His mind, you can see his mind just thinking, move forward. make space. If OG are going to give me an inch, I'm going to take a mile. Just closing down that space, and then him and Poison just, you know, once they kill the arch player, the around the world B split, pretty hard to stop. And like I said, it seems like Blame F calling another good game. Had some tough early rounds, but it was 11-15 and now it's 7-15. So simple math says that that's 6 rounds in a row on the T side. Catches a shoulder. Doesn't want to. Yeah, and that's a good punish because we saw Mantu AWPing the apps like that the previous round, where on the first round IoT where he died to that. So it is, you know, good awareness to think that he's probably going to do that again. And to be honest, I don't really like it AWPing the apps. It feels very risky for your AWP. I feel like it's not such a strong like position. You can very easily get punished, even just by someone swinging. They like k0nfig was quite careful there with the flash and the jiggles and stuff, but even just like the wide swing. Just doesn't feel very safe AWPing like that. And we'll see the CT side as well. See what happens. Looking for some info here. Catches Alexi with no idea that, like, knife out. Wow, okay. Don't know how Valda was an apps. I guess it was just must have been a timing when he was sitting in the balcony there. Yeah, I don't think k0nfig had any idea how pushed up the rest of the team was. And especially when you kill Alexi like that, you're thinking he's probably going to be the entry fragger, so. Like, he had some idea that maybe they could be top mid or something, but... Okay, and... that was a pretty quick kill from Issa. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure. Okay, 2 and 2, there's some utility on B, so... Come on, observer, observer k0nfig, let's see what you got. I mean, caught the poison first kill, but 2v3, JKS. Knows there's one grave. And now he knows the last one's mini pit because he killed Blame F. And that's GG. Good retake. (15-8). 28 and... oh no, that's Blame. 28-21 for the map. And another interesting demo. So I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you.